never forget it, you know. I was getting ready for bed one night with my boyfriend, Ernie. Caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror. I said to him, oh my God, Ernie, get a load of me. I'm 92 years of age. My face has more lines than Disney World. My bosoms have gone so far south, they're speaking Spanish. And my tuchus has fallen and it can't get up. Say something positive to cheer me up. Well, says Ernie, there's nothing wrong with your eyesight. That's what the song is all about. I'll never forget it, you know. I was brown bagging it with my girlfriend Clementine. We were sitting in the park. All of a sudden, a man comes, stands in front of us, opens his trench coat, and flashes us. Clementine immediately had a stroke. Unfortunately, my arm couldn't reach that far. That's what the song is all about. I'll never forget it, you know. I was downtown shopping with my girlfriend Clementine. A salesman approached Clementine and invited her into the changing room for a quickie. Without batting an eyelash, Clementine said, why don't we make it a Yankee? The salesman says, what's a Yankee? Well, says Clementine, it's just like a quickie, but you do it yourself. That's what the song is all about. I'll never forget it, you know. My boyfriend Ernie was away on retreat, searching for his inner child, when I decided I was in need of some physical attention. So I hired myself down to the Saints Be Praised Retirement Center, where I can still turn a head or two. Sure enough, old decrepit Mr. Cornfeld said to me, Soph, tonight's the night we have relations. When it was all over, we were lying in bed, snuggling, sharing a pell-mell. He said to me, oh my God, Soph, if I had known you were a virgin, I would have been so much more gentle with you. And I said if I had known you could still get it up, I would have taken off my pantyhose. That's what the song is all about. I'll never forget, you know, my boyfriend Ernie said to me, Soph, if you could learn to cook, we could fire the chef. I said, Ernie, if you could learn to fuck, we could fire the chauffeur. Oh, I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed. Yes, salty songs and dirty jokes put my daughter through private school. Now she's in college. So it's not me talking, folks. It's the tuition. I'll never forget it, you know. I was in my underground parking garage in my beautiful condo down Boca Raton. The parking garage gate opened. The most beautiful silver Mercedes I've ever seen dove into the gate and parked. Behind the wheel was the handsomest man I've ever laid eyes on. Oh my God. I strode over to the car. I said, that's a hell of a car. He says, you think so? I says, oh yes. He gets out of the car. I give him the eyeball. Oh God, he had a load of you. Look at you, silver hair, handsome face, gorgeous torso, beautiful arms, great legs, and I'll bet you have a hell of a schmeckle. He said, many have written home to say so. I says, is that right? Well, I would like to see it myself. He says, would you now? I says, yes, indeedy do. Well, long story short, he unzipped his fly, and there it was. I held it in my hand. He was a very tall man. And I said, don't you ever park in my space again. That's what the song is all about. I'll never forget it, you know. So ashamed. I'll never forget it, you know. I was touring down the beach in Belmont, New Jersey. Two people made it in from Belmont. It's a long way to go. Touring down the beach in Belmont, New Jersey, came upon a naked man lying on a blanket with an erection. I said, oh my God, young man, what the hell do you think you're doing? He says, I'm telling time. I said, oh, is that right? Well, what time is it? He looked down at his penis in the shadow it cast. He says, it's 2 o'clock. I looked at my watch. Son of a bitch, it was 2 o'clock. Strolled down the beach a little further in Belmont, New Jersey, came to another naked man lying on a blanket with an erection. I said, let me guess. You're telling time. He says, that's right. I says, well, what time is it? just strolling and strolling, came to a naked man lying on a blanket, another one. But this one was, how can I say it, in such a gorgeous institution as this, he was fondling himself. I says, you can't be telling time. He says, of course not. I'm winding my watch. That's what the song is all about. I'll never forget, you know. Oh, I seem to have lost a few friends here. Look alive! I'll never forget, you know, my boyfriend Ernie was moonlighting as a cabaret. One day he picked up a nun. One night he picked up a nun. Okay, it was a night. For Christ's sake. One night he picked up a nun. After a while, the nun notices that Ernie is staring at her in the rearview mirror. She says, my son, is there anything wrong? Oh, no, says Ernie. It's just that I have a question to ask you, but I do not wish to offend. The nun says, oh, my son, when you have been a nun as long as I have been, and when you are as old as I am, you have a chance to see and hear just about everything. Nothing you could say would offend. What is it, my son? And Ernie says, well, I always had this fantasy in which a nun would kiss me. Well, says the nun, let's see what we can do about that. Number one, you must be single. Number two, you must be a Catholic. Oh, says Ernie, I'm single and I'm a Catholic. Pull into the next alley, says the nun, and he does, and she plants one on him that would make a hooker blush. After a while, they get back on the road. All of a sudden, Ernie starts to sob. My son, says the nun. What is it? What is it? Oh, says Ernie, I feel so terrible. I must confess I lied. I'm not single, and I'm not a Catholic. Oh, that's okay, says the nun. My name is Kevin, and I'm on my way to a Halloween party. That's what the song is all about. Walk right in, walk right in, walk right in. One second. Let me get myself settled here. The things I do for you people. I'll never forget it, you know. I was walking my Chihuahua Nipsey with my girlfriend Clementine. We came to a bar. Clementine suggested that we drop in for a pick-me-up. I said, Clementine, we can't go into a bar with our dogs. Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud, says Clementine. Just follow my lead. And she puts on a pair of dark glasses and she walks into the bar. The bouncer stops her. He says, sorry, lady, no dogs allowed. She says, you don't understand. This is my seeing eye dog. Well, the bouncer was stunned. He said, a Doberman Pinscher? Yes, says Clementine. They're using them now and they're very good. Well, he let her in. So I figured, what the hell? I put on my dark glasses. I got the Chihuahua by the leash. I walk into the bar. The bouncer stops me. He says, sorry, lady, no dogs allowed. I said, you don't understand. This is my seeing eye dog. Well, the bouncer was flummoxed. He said, a Chihuahua?